Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a kind of get to know me small business edition, kind of like a small business owner tag. So I have 16 questions to go through, so hopefully this helps you to get to know me a bit more on like the business side rather than like personal. So I hope that interests you. If it does, do subscribe, do keep on watching, and I will get straight into the questions. So as I said, there are 16. The first one is introduce yourself. So I am Kirsty. I run my shop Simply Gothic. I started off selling like acrylic jewellery, and I've definitely branched more into stationery now. I still sell a lot of jewellery, but I do kind of equally sell jewellery and stationery, all of it with a gothic aesthetic. I make and design everything myself. I'm not sure if one of these questions is when I started, but I did start my shop in 2017 I believe, and I mainly sold on Depop as like a hobby. I officially started my business though in like 2018 when I had to record all of my profit for like self-assessment through the government. So I started it a year earlier, but it was a hobby. So yeah, that's kind of when I started. The second one is 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses. So I'd say my 3 strengths are creativity, because it's very rare that I run out of ideas. Like right now I have like at least 10 things that I want to bring out of my shop, and I already have stuff waiting to be released, so I never really run out of ideas. So I'd say creativity is definitely one of my strengths. Organisation has always been one of my strengths. I'm very organised, kind of in like list making and making sure I get done what I want to do, and being organised in when I get my orders out, like that kind of stuff. And I'd say the third one is productivity. I'm usually always trying to do something business related, whether it's wrapping orders or designing something or learning about business through like masterclasses and ebooks and just reading about business. I mean, like right next to me I have 2 small business related books. I've got this one I've just read through, which was really good, and also this magazine that I'm reading through that's all about Instagram growth. So usually everything I kind of watch or read is kind of business related, unless it's Netflix, which is totally different. I also do have a referral link, so if you are a business owner and you want to find some more information about how to grow and things, I do have a referral link for the Small Business Handbook. I've been buying her stuff for a really long time, and she's really helped me get to where I am now, so I will leave that in the description box for you if you're interested. But yeah, so those are my 3 strengths. My 3 weaknesses, I'd say I struggle to keep on top of my finances. I'd say that's definitely a weakness. I'd like to dedicate a day at the end of each month to really go through all my books. Like I have a record on QuickBooks, like an app, so I know like generally how much, but I'd like to really like go through and make sure that's written down ready for the self-assessment rather than trying to get it done in like 2 days. So I'd say that is like keeping track of my finances manually. The second weakness I'd say is Pinterest. I've been trying to branch out into different social media, and I feel like I'm at a good place with Instagram. I really struggle to post on other things like TikTok or Pinterest. And my third weakness, maybe SEO. Like I kind of understand SEO, and I get like the long-tailed keywords, but I struggle to dedicate the time to really like sit down and look at keywords and make sure they're up to date consistently. So maybe that. Question 3, what does your business do? So I kind of covered this in the introduction. So I sell spooky and gothic handmade jewellery, stationery. I also do accessories and like homeware, like mugs, art prints, key rings, pocket mirrors, coasters, but the majority of what I sell is stationery, like planners, stickers, notepads, like that kind of thing, and also jewellery, like mainly acrylic and also stainless steel with a kind of gothic theme. Question 4, why did you decide to become a small business owner? So before I really started my shop, I really liked making jewellery, and I actually went to Centre Parks with one of my friends, and there was a jewellery making course there, and I'd never done it before, and I really enjoyed it. And I made this necklace with kind of glass beads. So I started off with kind of beaded jewellery, and then I started to make what I thought other people would want, so kind of pretty looking like shell beaded bracelets and kind of plasticky beaded bracelets from Hobbycraft, and I made loads of them and they just never sold. But I'm not really surprised because that wasn't really what I was interested in, and I kind of tried to make it for other people, and then I was like, well, why don't I start making what I like? So I started to make velvet chokers. That was the first thing I made for my shop, and they were just simple black and purple velvet chokers with a charm. And I did like moon charms, cat charms, witches, anything kind of spooky that I could find, and I started off making chokers, and then I branched out into more like metal. So I did like these triple moon necklaces, I bought in the lunar chokers, and then that's what kind of pushed me into acrylic jewellery. So that's kind of the journey, but I've always really liked making jewellery ever since I did that jewellery making course, and I feel like being a small business owner really suits me because I like the creativity side of it, but I also like the organisational side of it, and I just really like selling stuff. So it kind of mashes all of those interests that I have into one thing that I really like. And another thing that I like is I do like working for myself. I worked in retail for 5 years. It was only like a part-time Saturday job, but I really didn't like it. I mean, I'm sure most people don't, but I really like working for myself. I feel like I'm productive enough to work for myself, so I just feel like it kind of makes sense, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm not sure if I really covered that. Why did you decide? I just kind of liked making jewellery and I wanted to make it for other people, so I just started a business. Question 5, how many staff do you have? It is me, so 1. Question 6, what are your business goals? So something new that I think I set for like my New Year's resolution or New Year's goals is really setting monthly and weekly goals for myself, because some weeks I have a really clear idea of, okay, I'm launching this product, I want to maybe do this on Instagram. Like I'd have like a vague idea, but I wasn't making goals, and that's something that I have started this year and it's actually going quite well. So at the start of every month, this kind of notes section, I will write my goals for the whole month, and then in the little like to-do list section, I will break down all of the steps that I need to do to achieve those goals. So my goals for June, I'll just give you some of them, is I'd like to hit 100 website sales. I did hit that last month, so I'd like to do it again this month. I have a new stationery launch, which I'm hoping to launch in June. I also want to reach 13,000 followers on Instagram. I'm at 12.5 so far, so I feel like I will hit that in June. And also 2,500 on TikTok, which means I have to post on TikTok. And also 10 Etsy sales, because although I've started my Etsy, I don't have many listings. I've got 40, so and I only started that in March, so I'm trying to really build that up as well. So I do have quite a few goals. That's just a few of them, and then I have kind of smaller things like I need to send out my full 5 emails this month, because that's very easy to forget. I want to add Etsy listings to help my shop get found through Etsy, SEO and everything. Figure out Pinterest. I also just bought the Pinterest masterclass from the Small Business Handbook, so I'm hoping to sit through that and really understand what it is, and also fix some of my descriptions, because some of my product listings are very old and they don't have enough photos. So there's always something I'm working on, but those are my goals for June. Question 7, what's your business's mission statement? So I had this written down, I can't remember where I put it, but basically my mission statement would be to provide unique Gothic jewellery and stationery for the spooky at heart. And I would kind of like to add to it, but that's kind of what I have at the moment. Question 8, how do you advertise for your business? So you might follow me on Instagram. I'm not sure if you do, you'll know that I advertise on there. If you don't, I'll put my username on the screen for you here. But I mainly advertise through Instagram, a little bit on TikTok, and also email marketing. I've also started affiliate marketing, so if you have bought from my shop before and you'd like to be an affiliate for me, then I'll also leave that link in the description box below for you, because that's something new that I've started. So also affiliate marketing, and I'd also like to start doing influencer marketing as well. I'm just kind of gathering a list of all the people I'd like to send stuff to. So those are the main ones I do, and I've definitely got a lot more planned as well. Question 9, how did you come up with your business name? So because I started my business quite a few years ago, I've kept the same name consistently. I haven't changed my name, but I have changed my logo and also my brand colours. So I actually was brainstorming names with my sister, and at the time I was making very simple gothic chokers. It was literally like black velvet, one charm. I'll put a photo if I can find like my old photos. But yeah, so all of my stuff was definitely had a gothic theme, and I knew I wanted that in it to make it clear like that is what I do. But I also had stuff that was very simplistic, and whilst other jewellery makers might like kind of darkling beloved, they do detailed Victorian looking ornate jewellery, whereas my stuff was very, very simple. So I called it Simply Gothic. So that name has stuck. I do like my name. I feel like it is kind of catchy, and I like that it does have Gothic in it, because straight away you know if you like that, then you're probably gonna like my shop. So I do like that it has that word in it. So that's how I came up with my business name. My business logo used to be different. It used to have a witch, and it used to be purple and black. Those used to be more of my brand colours. My website used to be white with kind of purple accents, but my branding has completely changed to black and white, and I know a lot of people think of like stripes when they think of me as a person. So that's kind of what I've brought into my branding, like black and white stripes, like ghosts, like all of the things that I like and a lot of you like too. Question 10, how much time did it take for your business to earn a profit? So because I was doing it as a hobby, and I was also balancing, I think, college and then also university, like I never had that time to dedicate to it fully. And also at the beginning, I really, like, from me looking at what I used to do, I really didn't have a clue what I was doing. So it took me probably like maybe 2 years. 2017 it was very much of a hobby. In 2018, I could be wrong because I know I've done self-assessments for this, but I think I made around 1,000 in profit. So probably like 1 to 2 years maybe, but it can take a while because you have to put a lot of time, money and effort into it, especially with like the research side of it. That's something I've definitely put a lot in for like this year and last year, was a lot of money into researching and just trying to get as much knowledge as I can. That's still something I'm trying to work on, but I do make a profit, but I would like to get to kind of a higher place. Question 11, what are your proudest business achievements this year? So I'm going to take this year because I feel like we've just started this year, even though we're halfway through. I can't believe we're halfway through this year already. Like, I am still in March, but we're in June, so it's very crazy. But I'd say my proudest moment this year, so I'll say like June 2021 to June 2022, which is where we are now, and it kind of links with my next question on my list, is definitely my planner. So if you don't know, I made these goth planners in September. I either released them in September or October, and yeah, they're definitely my proudest business achievement, like product wise. No one else has done this. We've done goth notebooks and maybe like a diary with like a gothic cover, but no one's done like a full-on goth planner. So this is definitely my proudest business achievement and product, and also it's sold insanely well, and I've never kind of seen that response from a product before, so I was really happy. This is definitely my proudest business achievement, along with my Halloween collection. I usually do quite well mainly around Halloween, and also because I was selling these in October too, like it was a very good month for me. If kind of all of my months were like that time period, then I would quite easily be able to do this full time, so I was really happy with that. I guess non-product related, my proudest business achievement is, I'd say, my mindset as well, and also, as I said, like looking how far I've come from where I used to be. So when I first started, I really had no business knowledge. I didn't know how social media worked, whereas now I have quite a lot of knowledge. Again, it's thanks to the Small Business Handbook, but I do have a lot of knowledge about things I really didn't understand to begin with. And also I really used to think that I couldn't do this as a job. And again, it's very up in the air whether I will be able to, but right now that's my main focus. I'm kind of like going straight at it, like without any doubts. So I'd say my mindset is also probably one of my proudest business achievements, because instead of thinking, oh, that will never work, I'm like, well, maybe it could. So I'd also say that. Question 12, I've also covered. What's your favourite product of the year? It would be my planner. If you are interested in these, I've made an undated version. So where in June, it says June in this box, it's blank and it's not got the numbers in, so you can start at any point in the year. And also if you're looking for an academic planner, then that one would work for you, because all of my dated planners start from January. I will leave that link below for you as well. But this is definitely my favourite product of the year. And I'd say secondly is my advent calendar. I was really proud of that. I was really happy with that. I also loved my self-care box. Again, that's not something I've really seen done too much. I put together a Gothic self-care box with 12 items in it, and they were all from small businesses. Question 13. What parts of your business do you struggle with? I'd say mainly like growth and sales. Although I said I have completely changed my mindset and I'm definitely a lot more positive, there are still days where, you know, doubts do creep in and you're like, what if I can't make it work? It's still there. And I feel like it's in a lot of like small business owners' heads that are trying to like get to that level where they can really do this full time. Because at the moment I live with my parents, so this kind of replaces kind of that part-time job for me. But if I was like out in the world with my own place, it would be a struggle for me to afford a house or apartment or whatever it is. So that's kind of that point where I want to get to. I can basically support myself on the income that I make. That's kind of where I want to be. In terms of what I struggle with, it kind of goes back to those weaknesses, like staying on top of finances and also branching out into other social media. So yeah, kind of those weaknesses again. Question 14. Where do you see your business in 3 years' time? So I would like to see my business at a level where I can afford to do that full time and fully support myself. And I'd also love to have an office, because that would make things so much easier, because at the moment my stuff is just like tucked away under the stairs and it's like kind of a nightmare to get everything out. So I'd love to have my own space for everything, and I just like to continue to grow my business, because I would really love to do this full time. So that's where I'd hope to see myself in 3 years' time. Question 15. What are some of your personal goals? So a lot of my personal goals are kind of business related. Like one of them is I'd like to reach 10k on YouTube, because I do have the odd Simply Gothic video like I'm doing right now. So I would like to hit 10k on YouTube. I'd also like to limit my spending. Those are kind of some of my more personal goals. But in terms of my goals for my shop as well, I wanted to aim for 6 sales per day, because that would give me the right income if they were like £10 sales. Put more money into advertising and PR, use a variety of platforms, branch out. I'd love to get a Cricut machine and do all of that, like pencil cases and tote bags and all of that kind of stuff. So those are some of my goals, as well as setting aside a day for analytics so I can see like what's not working. So those are some of my kind of personal and business goals. And the last question, question 16, what job would you be doing if you weren't running a business? And I was writing these questions last night and I really don't know what I would be doing, because when I was kind of young I really struggled to really know what I wanted to do. Yeah, apart from being a small business owner, like no other job really appeals to me. When I was younger I wanted to be a fairy when I grew up, like infant school level. Always loved a bit of fantasy. And then when I was a bit older I wanted to be a teacher, but then I realised I don't really get along with children. I'm not really like a children person, so that was kind of out of it for me. Although I kind of figured out I always wanted to be a teacher because of the stationery, because I loved that like teachers had a whiteboard and they had all the whiteboard pens and all this stationery and sticker charts. Like I absolutely loved that. But that's kind of what I liked about being a teacher, not the actual teaching part. So that quickly became something that I didn't want to do, and then from that point on I had no idea, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I tried like a work experience in teaching, thinking, oh well, maybe that's what I was supposed to do, but I really didn't like it. Retail is a big no. And also, even with like designing for other people, like I like designing for myself, for me to get the credit, and to design for someone else to get the credit, like I know that's how it works, and I know you do kind of get credited, but I definitely like doing that for me and me designing things that I want to see. So I really don't have an answer for that, but I do feel like being a small business owner really suits me because it combines all of those things and kind of all of the skills that I have, because I am like creative, but I also like organizing and like all of that. So it's hard to find that, I feel like, in a normal job apart from designing for like someone else, if that makes sense. That's all of the questions. I hope this helps you to get to know me more on like a business side of things, and I'm sure I'll put this video in my Instagram story for my shop, so if you haven't bought from me yet or kind of want to see what I'm like as a person, then I hope this helps you to get to know me a little bit better. Do comment down below any thoughts and opinions you have of what I've talked about. Do like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye.